Encouragement. We all need it. The more difficult our circumstances and the harder the job, the more encouragement we need. One of the most difficult ministries in the world is to communicate the love of God to a group of Stone Age people living in some of the most inaccessible places in the world in an unwritten language. The missionaries work for years learning the culture and the language. They create an alphabet and teach the people to read so they can have the Bible and read it in their own heart language. Today, there are about 20 groups of highly trained, dedicated Christians living on and around the island of New Britain in the country of Papua New Guinea. Because of the difficult task, they need encouragement, and groceries, and propane, and a place for their children's education. This is where the Martens family comes in. They are no strangers to Papua New Guinea or missions around the world. Having traveled to and served in countries like Romania, Czech Republic, Guatemala, and other places, this is another chapter in the life and ministry of the Martens family. Now the Martens family is ready to follow the Lord back to Papua New Guinea. Franz and Kristie Martens call Central Florida home. Trinity Evangelical Free Church in Eustis is their church home. They have always been very active in their community. Franz has served as chaplain for the Tavares High School varsity football team and in other roles such as School Advisory Council President. Kristie served on the Tavares Youth Football Board and volunteers on the School Advisory Council for Treadway Elementary School. Their daughter Jennifer is 14 and plays volleyball for Tavares Middle. Jacob is 13 and plays football for the Tavares Youth Football League, and Matthew is 9 and loves to play video games. The whole family is looking forward to moving to Papua New Guinea. Missionaries working in remote tribal locations depend on the ministry of people like the Martens. There are no grocery stores, internet access, or local farms where the tribal workers can get their food. There is no electricity, no cooking fuel, and no schools for their children to be educated. The Martens ministry is to purchase their groceries, propane, and other supplies in town, and from container ships from the United States and Australia, and package them to be flown out to the tribal locations. This is the same for propane, building supplies, fuel, etc. We use helicopters, airplanes, and boats to deliver the supplies to the tribal locations. Hoskins is the name of the base built by missionaries to provide a safe place for the tribal workers' children to attend school. This is where the Martens family will live and minister. Every act of service the Martens do will be a source of encouragement to the tribal workers. Living in isolation can cause a tribal worker to become discouraged and give up, and every time that happens, it lessens the chance of tribal people to hear the gospel in a way they can understand. Even the Martens cannot do it alone. Every missionary has a team of people as partners that are actively interested and involved in the ministry of the missionary. God is calling out ministry partners to join them. Are you one of those? It will truly be worth it to hear tribal groups worshiping God in their own language.